I want to start by saying this case against Julius Malema cannot be viewed in isolation. It sits within a much broader political and social context that we cannot ignore. We've seen over time a narrative being pushed both locally and internationally about a so-called white genocide in South Africa. This claim has been taken to the international community, yet there has been no legal factual finding that South Africa is committing a genocide. Still, that narrative continues to gain traction in certain circles. And what's concerning is how that narrative begins to look for a face, a person to blame. Julius Malema has often been positioned as that face to blame. We've seen international figures, including Donald Trump, make statements suggesting that Malema is inciting violence against white South Africans. That adds pressure, not just politically, but socially, on how he is perceived both inside and outside the country. Now, when we look at the courts here at home in South Africa, it's important to remember that the Constitutional Court did not find Malema guilty in relation to the Kill the Boers song. The courts acknowledged that it is a historical struggle song, one that predates Malema's political career. So legally, that matter did not result in a conviction against him. But what we then see is a shift, a separate case. This incident involving the discharge of a firearm in a public space is brought forward and pursued, resulting in a 5-year sentence. And the question we must ask is, why this case and why now?
In respect of count 1, you are sentenced to a period of 5 years imprisonment. In respect of count 2, you are sentenced to a period of 2 years imprisonment. In respect of count 3, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 4, you are sentenced to 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In respect of count 5, you are sentenced to pay a fine of 20,000 rand or to undergo 6 months imprisonment. In terms of Section 280, subsection 2 of Act 51 of 1977, the court orders that the sentence imposed in respect of counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 run concurrent with the sentence imposed in respect of count 1. You may be seated, thank you.
It's important to note that Malema was going to court for this case since 2018. It was just not in the spotlight until Donald Trump gave the Boers a task to find anything to subdue Malema with. The reason this case has received intense mainstream media attention of late is because, 1, the Boers want to show the international community that Malema is indeed a violent man, which further supports their accusation that he is inciting racial tension in the country and he is solely responsible for the white genocide. 2, to show Trump that we have completed your orders, master. Now reward us with a white leadership in South Africa or a separate Western Cape from the rest of South Africa, a white-only state. 3, to show black people that any radical voice will be dealt with harshly, just in case someone like Malema is on the rise. They don't care if it's a democratic society. What white people want, they get. Too many observers in this case raises concern about selective focus. It creates the perception that when one avenue fails to produce a conviction, another is pursued with greater intensity. That's where the argument of political motivation comes in, ladies and gentlemen. It's not necessarily about denying that a law was broken. The law was broken. It's about interrogating whether the law is being applied consistently across the board or whether certain individuals are being targeted more aggressively because of who they are and what they represent. Oscar Pistorius, a white South African Para-Olympic legend who shot and murdered his model girlfriend Reneilwe Morema and blamed a black person for it. Oh, you don't know the story? Let me fill you in. This white Para-Olympic figure shot and killed his white girlfriend and said that a black burglar did it. That's what white genocide is, by the way. So before murdering his girlfriend, he once fired shots in a restaurant full of people and he wasn't prosecuted for it. So for me, the real issue here is not just Julius Malema as an individual. It's about the integrity of the legal system. Are we seeing equal application of the law, or are we seeing the law being used at times as a tool within a broader political battle? Because if the public begins to lose trust in that fairness, then we have a much bigger problem on our hands than any one case. Honestly, like it blows my mind. As I was writing the script and as I'm reading it right now, it dawned on me that the law is used as a pawn. As a pawn. The law is used as a pawn to relentlessly pursue political leaders, radical voices that firmly stand up for the black community in South Africa. And AfriForum is proxying that war, is leveraging that war against certain black individuals. Yes, Malema was going to court for this case in 2018. No one knew about it. Well, everyone knew about it, but no one was following it because it was not in the mainstream media until Donald Trump said, "Why don't you arrest this man?" And the Boers were like, "You know what? We are going to use the media that we control and paint a certain narrative about Julius Malema. We are going to put him in the spotlight the way he craves to be in the spotlight." And little did he know, or little do they know, that this court case, this sentencing, this ruling has made Malema popular in the international communities. People are protesting in his name. So really, the joke is on AfriForum. The joke is on AfriForum. Why hasn't Oscar Pistorius been prosecuted for firing a gun in a restaurant? Not even in an open space, but in an enclosed restaurant. The same Oscar Pistorius that murdered his white girlfriend and blamed a black burglar for doing it. By the way, this is the true face of white genocide. Oscar Pistorius' case actually just gave me that aha moment to say this is the real face of a white genocide. The Boers kill themselves, they do the killings amongst themselves, and then they blame black people. Because it is easy to pinpoint crime when a black face is attached to it. So, yeah, and the people that are celebrating this case, this ruling, this sentencing of Julius Malema getting 5 years in prison, the black people that are celebrating this, you are lost. You are sorely lost. You are sorely lost. You don't know your history. That's why you are celebrating. And black people in South Africa are busy saying, no, the law has taken its course. Malema is not about the law. It's about justice. Black South Africans wouldn't know justice if it hits them in the face. They wouldn't know what justice is. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission has been set up to give families closure. Families that have lost their loved ones during apartheid closure. It has been set up for that, and not even a single white person has been convicted by that commission. And they want to say that justice system in South Africa is working because Malema was pursued relentlessly and aggressively. Now you want to praise the justice, the law. Now you want to praise the law system of South Africa. No, you were not given justice. The Boers, the DA, the white people are busy taking ANC to court merely for wanting to give you land for free, give you healthcare for free, having access to quality healthcare for free. The DA is opposing that. The Boers that you are celebrating with, they are taking the ANC to court for simply wanting redress from the past injustices inflicted on us during apartheid. And yet you say the law has taken its course. You don't know the law. You are celebrating because you want Malema down. You are celebrating because you can't stand that a bold black man from Limpopo is standing up for black people. You'd rather let it be a Zulu person. If it's not from a Zulu nation, then that leader is not accepted, and that is a fact. I didn't want to get tribal, but there's an ongoing Twitter war in South Africa about tribalism that I'm going to get into next. But yeah, that's again, black people in South Africa are celebrating merely because Julius Malema threatened their proximity to whiteness, threatened their livelihood next to white people, threatened their position as the better blacks in Africa. They hate Malema merely for loving the black skin. They lie on Malema and say Malema supports illegal immigration. Malema has never come forward and say I support illegal immigration. Malema says he is against borders in Africa and everybody should be able to migrate wherever they want to go. So the black South Africans that hate Malema have twisted this into saying that Malema hates South Africans and is accepting illegal immigration, and that's false. Malema has never come out and supported illegal immigration. He is against a bordered Africa. He wants a borderless Africa. Because Europe is trading freely amongst themselves, borders or not. So he wants the same for Africa. He wants to liberate Africa. Just know a united Africa is bad for Europe, but black South Africans don't see that. They are so caught up in their hate for Julius Malema that they make up scenarios. So caught up in the hate for Malema that they celebrate with the Boers, the very same Boers that lie on your name and say you are genociding white people, that lie on your name and take the ANC to court when they're trying to redress the past, when they're trying to give you land for free. They're very same Boers, and you want to call that you want to say the justice system is working? No, the justice system is selective. The justice system is used as a political pawn to fight Julius Malema. There is no justice that took place there. There is no law that took place. You wouldn't even know the law if it hits you in your face. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations right here on the African Diaspora News channel. No, family, you know that I have my own YouTube channel. It's called The Native Talk. The link is in the description box below. So go to the description box below. Click on the link. Subscribe to The Native Talk and I'll see you on the flip side.